Dr. Tristi Edwards, and today's topic is going to be 10 over-the-counter treatments for hyperpigmentation. Stay tuned. Okay, just a quick recap. Melanin is a pigment that is found in our skin that gives us our complexion. Now, anything that we're using to treat hyperpigmentation is going to target this melanin, whether by killing the cells that produce it or stopping an enzyme that results in melanin production, or by inhibiting the transport of melanin through the layers of the skin. The first thing that I wanted to mention is the use of sunscreens. Now, we already know that sunscreens work well in preventing hyperpigmentation and preventing it from becoming worse if it already exists. But did you know that sunscreens are an actual treatment option for hyperpigmentation? Well, a study was done in 2015, and I'm sure there are a lot of other studies that showed that persons who had hyperpigmentation, when using sunscreen alone as a treatment method, actually improved over the period of 8 weeks. So sunscreen is a treatment option for hyperpigmentation. The second treatment option is hydroquinone. You've probably heard about hydroquinone, and there is a lot of information surrounding it on the internet. It's banned in some countries, but it's actually quite safe if it's used for a short period of time and under the guidance of a dermatologist. Hydroquinone is a gold standard treatment for hyperpigmentation. Number 3 is AHAs, or alpha hydroxy acids. Now, these include glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid, which are all chemical exfoliants. So the way they help hyperpigmentation basically is by sloughing off the skin cells that have pigment, and after getting rid of those skin cells, increasing the turnover of the skin cells, eventually the hyperpigmented layers will be sloughed off and the hyperpigmentation improves. Number 4 is vitamin C. Vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid, and it works by interacting with copper and inhibiting tyrosinase, which is an enzyme that helps in the production of melanin. So vitamin C basically inhibits melanin production. Now, vitamin C is very unstable. So if it's exposed to air, if it's in an environment that's too warm, if it's in a container that is see-through and light is able to pass through it, it will become oxidized. And when this happens, it's not very useful. So there are a lot of over-the-counter options for vitamin C, but a lot of them, to be honest, just aren't practical and aren't going to be effective because of how they're made and how they're stored. Number 5 is aloe vera. Now, aloe vera contains allicin, which has properties that inhibit tyrosinase and thereby inhibit melanin production. It also works to block melanin production in other ways. So by all means, you can go out there, get some aloe vera gel and apply it to your face, but try your best not to get it in your mouth. Now, aloe vera won't be as potent of a treatment for hyperpigmentation as some of the other treatment options mentioned before, but it will work in combination with the other things that you can do. Number 6 is niacinamide. Now, niacinamide is derived from vitamin B3 or niacin, and it has been shown in multiple studies to affect the way melanin is produced. It prevents the transportation of melanin through the layers of the skin, thereby preventing hyperpigmentation from developing. Number 7 is retinoids. Now, retinoids are workhorses in dermatology, and they work in different ways to prevent hyperpigmentation and treat hyperpigmentation. There are different groups of retinoids that are based on their potency. So the most potent type of retinoid, retinoic acid, you can only get by prescription, but there are over-the-counter options that are less potent, but that will still give you great results over a longer period of time. Now, the less potent ones include your retinol esters, your retinol, and your retinal derivatives. Retinoids also inhibit melanin production by disturbing tyrosinase function as well as speeding up the turnover of cells. Number 8 is azelaic acid. Azelaic acid is actually produced by a yeast that causes pityriasis versicolor, or as we call it in Jamaica, liver spots. Now, you notice how when you have liver spots, sometimes the areas can be paler. Well, it's this similar mechanism that we take advantage of for treating hyperpigmentation. So, azelaic acid basically disrupts melanin production in a similar way to the other ones mentioned, but it also kills the melanocytes directly. Just a reminder, melanocytes are the cells that actually create melanin. Number 9 is kojic acid, which is also derived from a type of fungus and inhibits melanin production through that same tyrosinase pathway that we mentioned multiple times before. Kojic acid is one of those substances that can be paired with other treatment options for hyperpigmentation, and it's actually sometimes found in over-the-counter treatments in combination with hydroquinone and sometimes with retinoids, and I'm sure with other treatments. Last but not least, number 10, green tea extract. Now, green tea extract contains a large quantity of polyphenols, which is a substance that actually not only inhibits melanin production, but also the proliferation of melanin when it has already been produced. Now, out of the 10 over-the-counter options that I've mentioned for treating hyperpigmentation, as I said before, the gold standard is hydroquinone, but we're definitely not going to be using hydroquinone indefinitely. There is a cutoff point because it's not safe for long-term use. The major side effect that we do not want is rebound hyperpigmentation. I hope you found this video helpful and that you'll be better able to make decisions when approaching post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.